What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rant, no hate. So, y'all, it's just getting worse for Jermell Charlo. He has lost a lot of fans. A lot of people are very disappointed in him. Now, I don't know if he thinks that he can just jump back in the ring, people forget about it. And, one thing about so-called fans, they will turn on you. Okay, they definitely will. But they feel cheated. They're pissed off for paying $85 for this pay-per-view for him to come in there and do exactly what most of us thought he wasn't going to do. Come in, lay down. We thought he was going to come to fight. And basically, that's not what Jermell Charlo did. He came in there to collect the check. He came in there, I don't know if beforehand he already told himself, all right, if it doesn't get too rough, I may fight back. I may try to make it competitive. Or did he go in there thinking, damn, I'm not sure I can beat Canelo? But this is the same guy that said when he saw the John Ryder fight, he said, this motherfucker can't beat me. That motherfucker can't beat me. He can't beat me. I can beat Canelo. I can beat this guy. Listen, you guys have been in the same division at one point at 154. So it's been years of you and your brother both calling out Canelo. Now, with all the high praises, I'm my thing is this. I don't care about all of the shit talking. I don't care about all the praises. My thing is you're a human being. Let's cut the shit and all this legendary, oh, guy's an anomaly. The guy's, he's not human. The guy's from a different stratosphere, all this bullshit. No, he's a human being. And I'm going to tell you what's really crazy, okay? If you watch Canelo Alvarez, well, remember how Canelo used to fight, put his hands in front of him, slip with his hands down, use head movement, counter, with his head from his waist. Remember how he used, get certain angles, come in, walk in, get closer, close the distance, start working the body, punching the arms, the head, everything, right? He would work his way in. He never was really good at cutting the ring off. He would just work his way in. In fact, with all the head movement and everything he was doing, and he was doing these things too to frustrate you, to make you angry, to make you want to commit, so he can land his shots. This isn't even the Canelo we saw. Remember how Canelo fought Triple G in the first fight? Boxing, slipping, moving. He was saying he learned a lot of things from Floyd and stuff like that, that people try to purposely forget that he said. But you remember that Canelo? Did you see that Canelo? This was a Canelo walking in with a high guard. And you know why he was able to cut the ring off? Because Jermell Charlo was just backing up to the fucking ropes. And when he did decide to circle out, jab, circle out, that's all he was doing. Nothing punishing was coming behind it. He didn't land one punch in that whole fight. That was like a devastating blow. He just landed a few shots here and there. Now, for Jermell Charlo, this is a man who said he was going to exercise his rematch clause, just ended up saying he's going back to 154, which means, like I said in the last video, he made up in his mind he can't beat Canelo. He don't even want the rematch clause. Let me tell you something. Redemption comes from this. This man just beat you. You put up no fight. You said you want nothing but big money fights. And guys like Tim Tszyu, and he named another guy, that doesn't interest him. That's all you have. Terrence Crawford don't even want to fight you anymore. And after that pathetic performance, Crawford would actually not only be the A side, and even though it would be for your belts, Crawford would try to make you negotiate to the point where it felt like he was the champion and not you. And you take it or leave it. But what other big fights out there are you talking about? How do you not get motivated to fight Tim Tszyu? See what he just did, like when he took that knee and said that, he didn't want to stand up and just take more punches because he said he was buzzed, right? Okay. This is what I see. He made up in his mind before that final bell rung that he was going to give up. He stopped fighting. He never started really fighting, first off. He never tried to turn up and do anything different. He never tried to actually win. He can fight Tim Tszyu and tell himself he'll beat Tim Tszyu. And all has to happen is Tim Tszyu makes up in his mind, I'm coming in here to go out on my shield. I'm coming to win, but if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out on my shield, right? And all Charlo has to do is realize this motherfucker ain't coming to lay down. He'll quit again. This might be the end of Jermell Charlo as we know it. Just like Daniel Dubois. Yeah, okay, something wasn't right. He quit. But if you look at him, even in the Usyk fight, I'm going to do what AJ didn't do. I'm going to fight. He tried. He did try. He showed his limitations. He's one-dimensional. He still doesn't know how to move his fucking head off the center line. He still comes in the straight line like a fucking stiff robot. But he was trying, but you saw him start to give up as well by the cruiserweight. They all want to call him a cruiserweight. I told you guys, right? You underestimating someone's ability to hurt you can come back and haunt you. And what punch did he get dropped with? A fucking jab. By the cruiserweight, right? Doesn't make a difference. These guys are bigger than Usyk, stronger than Usyk. You know, we know the body shot situation happened. Yes, it did. But I'm saying Usyk came there to fight. And after that shit, you got to understand, Usyk started to take over to the point of, nah, fuck this. He started trying to punish Dubois. Dubois is a much younger guy. Still doesn't have the gas tank that Usyk has. Or the heart. You know, now that body shot folded him like a motherfucker. And you know what? I'm trying to remember what fight I was watching the other night. And this motherfucker was hitting the guy with body shots where his glove was definitely a lot lower than Usyk's punch. That punch that Dubois landed on Usyk. And you know what? The guy wasn't complaining to the referee. Was it I think it was Barrios and I think it was Mario Barrios and Ugas. Yeah, I think it was those two. And not one time was he complaining to the referee. So my point, you could see like those shots were below the belt line. But he wasn't complaining to the referee. And then I remember one time the ref was telling him, you know, keep him up. But that was that. That was that. He was not bitching about the shots to the nothing. He was just, I mean, so we know what happened. Okay. But again, just like Fury getting dropped by Wilder in their first fight, the second time, especially when he got dropped and he got up and he started to come back to start trying to steal the round back. We saw no urgency, none whatsoever in Jermell Charlo. And again, once you start making up in your mind that you can get your way out, and let me show you how I really feel he's afraid of Canelo. Look at the bag he just made. He's still making another big bag in the rematch. Redemption is not going to come from him fighting other contenders. Look, Tim Tszyu is a good fighter. Tim Tszyu is not considered a great fighter or all-time great fighter. We know he still has more years to fight to you know, try to get to that status. But Tim Tszyu is not seen as a Canelo. He's not seen as a Terrence Crawford. He's not seen as one of those guys. Okay? For him to say that he doesn't have interest in guys like that, well, who do you think wants to pay you big money after that performance? You got to win fights, man. And at least if you're going to lose, you lose in a gallant effort. I mean, look, Caleb Plant lost to Canelo, but wound up still gaining more respect from other people because he at least tried to win. He didn't come near the fold. He just got caught and got knocked out. He lost to David Benavidez. But, you know, with Caleb, we know what it is with him. After the 6th round, he's pretty much, his stamina just goes, man. He's done. Well, it's not because he's not trying to win. Right now, even with those 2 losses, you ask most people who you think would win, Jermell Charlo or Caleb Plant. And I guarantee you the majority would say Caleb Plant. You know, if Jermell Charlo had anything on his mind of thinking the way Jermell was thinking, hopefully that performance will spark something under him to make him not go out like that. there was a time where people were saying Jermell was the better of the Charlos. And then, a bunch of nonsense. I really can't tell you why the shift happened, but everybody started saying, well, I know because Jermell went out and unified the division, and everybody kept looking at Jermell like, when you gonna step up? He beat the Varianchenko, and it's like, okay, what's next, right? Now, if guys don't want to fight you, that's one thing. But when you clearly turn guys down, like him saying he didn't want to fight, Demetrius Andre because Demetrius Andre just wanted a payday. And okay, so regardless to what he wanted, regardless to what his motivation was, that give you more reason to punch him in his face, right? These are legacy fights. You understand what I mean? So why not fight Demetrius Andre? And it's like we've been saying for the longest, instead of you guys sitting there chasing Canelo to the point, you keep talking about Canelo, but then you're just fighting random guys. Going here and look, they have some impressive wins on their resume, both of them. But now, when you start trying to compare yourself amongst the elite guys, past or present, you can't go in the ring and have a performance like that. I mean, he said he wanted revenge against Terrence Crawford for beating up Errol Spence, basically. One thing I say about Errol, he didn't try to do anything different. But he tried. He kept trying. He was trying. He never stopped trying to the very end. We saw Chris Eubanks Jr. coming in and redeem himself against the same guy that beat him, Liam Smith, right? So you think getting your ass kicked by Canelo and then going down to fight some random dudes is going to do what? And if you don't want to fight Tim Tszyu and guys like that, nobody's paying you the kind of money that you think that you want to get or what you just got against Canelo by you showing up and forgetting to fight. So if Terrence Crawford is really off the table because Terrence Crawford just basically wasn't impressed by you and feel like I'm not going to waste my time with this guy, he's a quitter, he's a chicken shit, right? Who else did you have other than a Tim Tszyu? You're going back to 154. You don't want to stay at 168. You don't even want the rematch. Because that's the next biggest check you'd make is a rematch. And what everybody would want to know is, are you going to actually fight this time? Because he does have a rematch clause, but he already talking about going back to 154. So, that being said, things just getting worse for this guy, man. Because once you start losing, it's not like he's a huge star, okay? But once you start losing your fan base, once the people that's been supporting you all this time decide that they don't even want to ride with you anymore, what are you gonna do now? Start talking about people hating and get on camera and cry and talk about what you're going through and life is tough and what you gonna do now? Nobody made you go in there and fight the way you did. Smaller guy don't mean shit. You came up 2 weight classes, you know what you was getting yourself into, and you tried to do nothing. Not even from the first round. This is the crazy part. We call the first round a fill-out round. First 2 rounds, mostly, but, every round looked the fucking same. You just refuse to fucking fight back. Now, there's no way in hell I could live with myself knowing I went in there and did some bullshit like that. There's no moral victory because you didn't get knocked out. You talked about the weight don't mean anything. You not far from your walk-around weight, fighting at 168. So fight night, y'all going to be around the same size. That's what you said, right? We've seen guys go up in weight and their power carries over now. Yeah, usually guys go up 1 weight class at a time. But at the same time, you chose to do this. You chose to do that. So you can't sit up here and say now all of a sudden, the things that you're saying and not expect people to lash out, because that was a ridiculous, pathetic performance, man. And when you watch that fight, it's just like I said, I'm sitting there going, yo, what the fuck happened to Jermell Charlo, man? What is this? And for Canelo, see, he control and say that they got the better Charlo. Well, goddamn, if you're truly better than your brother, then nobody should ever want to see Jermell fight again. Because this is a situation where you got beat, and then he had the nerve to say, did y'all hear when he said his energy will be different against Terrence Crawford. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Why would you go in there and slack against anybody? You know, and then I'm like, Shakur Stevenson did the same thing. You know, Lomachenko declined his offer, but yeah, Lomachenko didn't accept the fight, then say, I changed my mind, like Frank Martin did. But I think even if Lomachenko had did that, I still don't think Shakur Stevenson would have been calling him a bitch. Yo, Frank Martin is a bitch. Yo, this is the biggest bitch. I never seen a bitch like him. He's saying all of that. But we saw him going there, you know, bowing down to Lomachenko and calling him the real champ and all that stuff and whatever. I don't know what you think. So maybe Jermell Charlo might start calling Terrence Crawford name out now and trying to do what people criticize him for against Canelo in the press conference, which is being calm. Which don't mean nothing. You can go in there hollering and screaming, do all of that shit. No, Terrence Crawford's power is not even close to Canelo's. And so, yeah, you won't have to worry about that. But at the same time, the fact that you did something that I don't think nobody really actually saw you doing was coming in and just trying to not fight. I believe most people felt like Canelo's experience and overall just ability that he'd eventually wear you down and get you out of there, but they expected you to put up a fight. So at this point, who do you think wants to pay $85 for another pay-per-view with you? And if you don't want to redeem yourself, and you redeem yourself not by going in there and lay down for the second time and say, see, I got there with him twice. I wasn't scared. No. Go in there to actually try and fucking win. That's what people, that the redemption would be you to go in there and at least put up a fucking hell of a fight. And if you still lose, go out on your fucking shield. At least. Not thinking you're going to go back to 154 and then start talking shit like, oh, yeah, Jermell is back. No. You need to fight the best guys of your division. You calling out Terrence Crawford ain't going to change shit. If that fight actually took place and then Terrence Crawford wound up beating you, what would be worse for you is you laid down for Canelo. You went back down to 154. You felt tough because Terrence Crawford is actually coming up from a much smaller weight overall. And so now for him to come up to 154, you know, because if he's at 140, he was unified champ there, came up to 147, and then come up to you know, and look, even at 135, just imagine, just think about what I'm saying. You're fighting a much smaller guy, so your confidence comes in what? So the shit you were scared to try to do with Canelo, you're brave to try to do it against Crawford because he's a smaller guy and not as strong as Canelo. What the fuck, though? That doesn't redeem shit. In fact, if that was to happen and he was to win, most people would feel like, yeah, okay, he got the win, but he had to fight a much smaller guy. Then on top of that, you know, the fact that you said your energy would be different. Why would it be different? Why? Because it's two black fighters, and then I guess you feel like talking all that shit. That's what black fighters do, type of bullshit. Because I don't understand why your energy would be. You said it. You said it. And it's like I'm saying, like with Shakur. He talking all this shit. He called Haney all these names. He called Frank Martin a bitch and all that. But he was gracious with Lomachenko, who just declined his offer. Yeah, Lomachenko is more respected than Frank Martin. Yeah, Lomachenko is more respected than fucking Shakur Stevenson, actually. Let me put it to you like this. Let's say Aries got a fight with Anthony Joshua. Way more people know Anthony Joshua than they know Aries. I'm not stupid and I can acknowledge that. I wouldn't be going to this fight talking 50-50. I'm not the A side. I'm not well known, right? That's as far as it fucking goes. I want the fight. I want to beat Anthony Joshua's ass. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to get this fight. I'm going to seize the moment. I'm fucking him up. My mindset is not, oh, this is AJ. two-time unified champ. Yo, I don't know if I could beat him, but I'm going to try. No. Your confidence comes from that work you put in the gym. You know what you're capable of doing. It don't matter what everybody else think or they think they know. You're coming in there to win. You understand? So how could I fucking go in there all of a sudden start holding back and then not letting my hands go, start getting picked apart, and then I'm standing here talking about, well, AJ didn't knock me out. You know, he knocked out so many other people, but, you know, he did not, like that's a moral victory. No. I could accept the defeat a lot better if we put on a classic and AJ just got the better of me. Not the fact that I go in there and I'm holding back and I'm scared. Especially not, listen, you hold back, why? Because you're scared. That's why. Every time someone says, I should have been doing this, I should have been doing that. Bro, you didn't go back and review the video. You said this after the fight, so you ain't had time for all that. That means during the fight, you knew what you were supposed to do, but your nerves wouldn't let you. You were scared. So either it's because your opponent won't let you, he's shutting that shit down, he's neutralizing it, or two, he did enough to scare you into trying it. Simple as that. So to say, I should have been doing this, I know I could have, you know, I still think I'm the best fighter in the world right now. People are laughing at you. People want their money back. People are pissed at you. Me personally, I don't take it serious like that. I just give the boxing news, but I'm telling you like the fuck it is. And for you to be okay with getting your ass kicked because you laughing all the way to the bank, you could have had 2 huge paydays. That way, even if you got your ass kicked twice by Canelo, you still got belts at 154. You're not even smart enough to maximize your money. That goes to show you. He like, nah, I don't want to go that again. He's already made up in his mind he cannot beat Canelo. That being said, y'all, for him to make things better for himself, if we know he don't, so now we can say he's ducking the rematch with Canelo because that's what he's doing. And he's the one talked about the rematch clause because if I lose, did not Jermell Charlo say, you know, because just in case, like if I lose, we're going to do it again. He don't even want the rematch. I know Derrick James must be sick to his stomach. Derrick James was telling him what to do in the corner. That motherfucker wasn't listening. He was telling him, man, use your legs, man. Use your reach. Look, man, pop the jab. Step around, but pop, come in with the no left. He wasn't doing nothing. And this is just like a bad look for that whole camp. Not just this one. I mean, look what happened to Errol Spence. At least Errol fought back, but look at what happened to Errol Spence. Frank Martin puts himself in a lousy situation by accepting the offer, then turn it down, then start trying to talk tough and throwing up Crip signs on video, just doing stupid shit. Jermell Charlo goes in there, refused to fucking fight back. And the funny thing is, Derrick James talked about how he spent more time with them. AJ was new to the camp and stuff, so he made time for all of them. And, you know, we get it. AJ's on a rebuild. He's on a reset right now. He's trying to get things back, and he's doing what he's doing. He's learning. But just coming from a camp where right now the morale has to just be like, damn. 2 fighters got their ass kicked. You know, one went AWOL, and you know the other one, he's, you know, trying to get that Wilder fight, trying to get, you know, that fight with another elite guy. He doesn't want to sit back and wait and take lesser opponents. That's not what he wants to do. And, you know, people always start pointing the finger and whatever, and just to be spiteful. But this is just a thing where right now, Derrick James, I'm pretty sure this motherfucker, his pressure must be like, because he's the trainer of all these guys. And that's his job to go in there and train. You know, and for you to go through what's going through, it's a part of life, man. It's a part of the game. But when you have a fighter of that stature that goes in there and does what he just did, everybody's talking about the size difference. And I'm like, here y'all go, acting like Canelo never fought somebody bigger than him before. He's taller, so what? So what? So for Jermell Charlo, I would say this to you, bro. For you to think that people are still interested in this Lions only and you went there and act like a little tame cub, you're being delusional. If you still think you're the best in the world, you're being delusional. Reality is this, bro. You blew it. You didn't even try. And now you're talking about your energy would be different against Terrence Crawford and Tim Tszyu and guys like that don't interest you. So you put in your mind that you're some huge superstar and you think that you have stroke. No, in fact, you have less stroke than Terrence Crawford. You could have had all the stroke in the world because if you would have beat Canelo, I'm pretty sure Canelo would have exercised his rematch clause. But if you would have lost in a hell of a fucking war, people would say, yo, now don't get me wrong, diehard Canelo fans won't want to admit it. Fans of Canelo that just don't like you, or people that just don't like you, wouldn't admit it. They wouldn't say he dared to be great. I'm saying, and I'm someone who followed your career and always, wanted to see you win. You didn't dare to be great. You just went up 2 weight classes to collect a check, man. And I hope that what everybody's saying to you hurt your feelings, fuck you up to the point where you get mad, look in the mirror, and then realize they're right. They're right. I showed up but didn't show out. That's my fault. And then get your fucking hunger back. That's what needs to happen. Something needs to happen to put a spark under your ass, man, because that shit that you did was trash. It was garbage. And it was like just watching the fight again was like, wow. He actually came in here and did that and then say he's proud of his performance. You proud of that shit you did? Yo, come on, Aries. He came up 2 weight classes to fight one of the best pound for pound, the face of boxing, blah, blah, blah. Man, fuck all these accolades, all this verbal ass-kissing bullshit, man. You know how that shit go. You talking about you from the streets, right? You know in the streets ain't no idol worshiping motherfucker. Everybody that you come across can be a potential foe. And here's the crazy thing. Why the fuck was Jermell Charlo out there taking pictures with Terrence Crawford? Smiling, cheesing. This motherfucker talks so much shit about your brother and want to fight your brother. Well, not now, he don't anymore. All right? Disrespected your brother, kicked dirt all over his name. Bottom line, he's the enemy. He's the ops. And you out here smiling, taking pictures with him. I'm like, what kind of shit is this, man? I don't get it. The way I was raised is like, oh, there goes such and such. Yeah, he a rapper now. Remember him? Hey, yeah, I see the motherfucker. What you want me to do? Ain't nobody, oh, shit, that's Red, man. Yeah. What up, Reg? Yeah, what up, Tretch? Yeah. And that's if these motherfuckers speak to you. Ain't no motherfucking, because he's from the hood and he's a rapper now. He's an actor. He's a singer. She's this. You don't give a fuck about none of that fanboy, idol worshiping bullshit. Ain't nobody starstruck. You, Jermell, said you're not here to kiss Canelo's ass. When that bell rings, it's time to fight. Yeah, it all sound good. But when that bell rung, you forgot that last part. How do you redeem yourself without going back to fight the man that just defeated you? You lost every fucking round. Every round. Every round. Nothing you did was even debatable. First 2 rounds, neither one of y'all really doing much of shit. But after that, it was just like, no, but you still, every fucking round, you lost. And you're okay with that. And the fact that you said, I'm proud of my performance was like, what the fuck did you do? You was proud to not get knocked out. You had grabbed a big payday. And you too scared to even do it again with Canelo. And then go to Crawford after that. You're too scared to do that. And I'm going to say that this in closing. I'm going to repeat it. Jermell Charlo was scared. He was scared to get punched. He was wincing, making little scary faces before he was getting punched. You could see the shit. You know, he doubted himself. He never tried to win. And each round that went by, you could just see the fear. You could see that even when he was trying to fight back, it was just desperation. And he wasn't doing enough to do anything. And you cannot be considered an elite fighter. And you can't make adjustments. You don't have to be the biggest puncher in the world. Floyd told us that. Floyd showed you that. You don't have to be the best. Skills pay the fucking bills. And that's, you know the crazy thing is, you got fighters like Keith Thurman or Jermell Charlo, like different fighters who've lost to guys that Floyd has beat. But they always try to talk shit about Floyd. But Floyd fought. Everybody did what he had to do. When it was time for his exit strategy, so Floyd said, fuck y'all. The ball's in my court. I know what I'm doing. And he cashed the fuck out the right way. He put the fucking work in. These dudes don't even have 30 fucking fights, 35 fights. None of that. And they already talking about big paydays, huge paydays and doing this, but they're not putting the fucking work in. Everybody's having mental health issues. All this shit. Think about the shit Floyd dealt with. Even went to jail and came back and was still like he never lost a step. And all these motherfuckers walking around here, everybody want to get in front of a camera and cry and stress and complain like some bitches. Like some soft bitches. Y'all probably running around right now with a diaper full of soft shit because y'all some fucking babies, man. I just got to be raw on this shit. Because I'm like, God damn, I grew up boxing. I grew up wrestling. Like, for real. I grew up watching this shit, being a part of it. And I'm watching you bitch-ass motherfuckers get paid millions of fucking dollars. And y'all crying like some hoes, scared to fucking fight. Yet you got motherfuckers out here, whether it's the UFC, whether it's bare knuckle, or boxers that, you know, still haven't made that big money yet, trying to get to where y'all at. And y'all making millions. And all y'all talking about is the fucking money, but y'all don't have it in y'all to go in there and fucking put on like you're supposed to. Then you want sympathy from motherfuckers. I came up 2 weight classes. Well, bitch, that's what you chose to fucking do. Who the fuck gives a fuck, man? All this shit is about money, 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 money. This shit make me sick to my fucking stomach to where I don't even fucking want to do videos half the time. Anytime a fucking fighter tells you, I want to make my legacy, I want to cement my legacy as one of the greatest of all times, and that motherfucker go in the ring and still in his prime years and decide to not fight back, you sitting up here with your 9 to 5, living from check to check, giving these motherfuckers your $85. Sitting up here, happy that you can see a good fight, knowing damn well some of y'all don't even know how the fuck you gonna pay your mortgage or your rent next week, but I got to see a fight. Lord, please, Lord, you know I'm a good person, Lord. I'm trying. I probably shouldn't have spent that money, Lord, but Lord, you know I don't have much, and I love to watch boxing, and Lord, and this is what a lot of y'all, I know this shit. I've known people who do this shit. And y'all feel like you won, you succeeded because somebody that you look up to, they want to fight. So they get you with this, if I win, we all win. Man, fuck out of here with that shit. The fuck out of here with that corny shit. We are all human fucking beings. All of these fucking fancy names you want to tag on people don't mean anything. But these motherfuckers go in that fucking ring, have no problem taking your fucking $85, and you know what? They don't give a fuck that you're not satisfied. You know why? Because they are. And with your money, they're feeding their families, they're homeschooling them or sending them to private schools, and your fucking broke ass is walking around here fucking arguing over these motherfuckers and making excuses for them. You don't get $1 million at your fucking job. You can get 25 promotions. You won't even come close to that. And these fucking rich motherfuckers are out here who always got a camera crew walking around and somebody showing off their pool and their 20 cars, their big ass mansions, but yet they punk asses go in the ring and act like some bitches when they finally get there with a real stiff challenge. Just saying, y'all. I had to get that shit out. And I meant every fucking thing I said. These are some soft, weak, scary bitches in this generation. Scary, punk-ass motherfuckers. I just got to say it like it is. I don't care what nobody say, and I can use many fighters. But I watch motherfucking 206-pound Evander Holyfield fight a Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, for all these big motherfuckers. Well up into his fucking motherfucker was down at 50. And was still in there whooping ass and then fighting with these young motherfuckers. Went through his ups and downs, got the shoulder surgery, got his shit right, and was like, damn, fucking Holyfield back in there fighting these motherfuckers looking like, you know. And what's one of the first things he did? He said, I would love to rematch James Toney. Why? If you listen to Holyfield talk, he said coming against that style was different, and he was slick, and even though he was a heavyweight, he had the skills of a fucking welterweight, and it was difficult to get to him. But what he didn't want to tell you was this was another fight. He had that shoulders, bad shouldering. Holyfield was looking loose and different after that surgery. And this was a fucker up in his 40s. You motherfuckers 33, 32, 30, 28. And y'all walking around here talking about money, 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 money. Frank Martin, you turning down money that you don't even fucking have. You turning down a payday that would be way more than what you've ever made so far. So already the ego kicks in and everything is money, money, money. That's all they care about. And what did that have to do with Jermell Charlo? That's exactly what he took this fight for with Canelo. After seeing that performance, can't tell me nothing different. Can't tell me nothing different. Jermell, learn from your little brother. Whoever you step in the ring with, in fact, you need to go in there and fight Caleb because he slapped the taste out your mouth. You earned it. You asked for it. Putting your hands on the man's face and touching his beard, pulling his beard. But you don't show up to a fight and not fight. And all that talk about Canelo saying they got the better Charlo, you should have a problem with that. And you already at 160, so you'd only be coming up 8 pounds. Huh? Or you scared of him too? Which is it? And I'm a motherfucker who been fucking riding with the Charlos. Riding with you motherfuckers from day one. But I'm not going to sit back here and act like that shit was cool what Jermell did. Because it really wasn't. And that's one thing, man. I can remember fights coming on. Man, we would be glued to the fucking TV watching the whole card. Wasn't it just about the main event? We watched everybody. We just enjoyed watching boxing. That shit is not the same now. Building fucking half empty. I watched Frank Sanchez go in there. He got buzzed in the first round. I did a video about it. But Frank Sanchez fighting in front of an empty fucking crowd, man. That building was, I'm like, damn, this shit's hard to watch. You know what people are doing? The same way the building is empty, motherfuckers order a pay-per-view. They walking around talking and shit, playing CeeLo and dominoes while the damn fights are on. Because they don't even give a fuck about these guys, which is not my mentality. I watch, but it's like, damn, these dudes sitting there fighting like COVID all over again. Yet these fucking guys making millions of dollars already. They want more millions and more millions, but they're not willing to go in there and fight for it. This is the hurt business. What y'all need? Football helmets, football pads, something to take the pain away so the punches don't hurt. What y'all need? This is boxing, man. Ugas is not the same fighter he used to be. Face is all swole up. Every fight he have now, his face is all banged up. He just fought Mario Barrios and he went in there and tried to win. Barrios got the decision, which basically, if I'm Jerron Boots Ennis, I'm trying to get Barrios next. Why? Terrence Crawford has no interest in him. Keith Thurman has no interest in him. Beat Barrios, and especially if he fucked Barrios up, guess what? That's a strong statement to where it's like, hey, look, now the powers that be might start talking. Hey, man, I think we on to something with Jerron Boots Ennis, man. Maybe, hey, Crawford, what's up? Hey, Keith Thurman, when you thinking about coming out of retirement, might as well say it like that because the motherfucker ain't doing it but talking shit. Always trying to critique somebody's style, trying to critique a fight and what this person should have did and what he would have did if he was in it, but he ain't fighting no goddamn body. But he entertained fighting Clarissa Shields. So, yeah, this kind of shit. This kind of shit. I'd be trying to get Barrios in there because he just won. Just saying. We know once people start making a certain amount of money, they get to the point you don't want to go below that. But you got to show up and try to win. You got to show up and try to win. Not show up, fuck up, and fuck that, man. In between rounds, instead of listening to instructions, you think about, what I'm going to buy first when I cash this check. Don't need another mansion, maybe another car. Oh, shit, maybe I'll get some grill. Maybe get some diamonds on my teeth. Maybe whatever the fuck goofy shit y'all be doing with y'all money. But it's crazy. And like I was saying, for Jermell, you need to get in there and fight Caleb. That's what you need to do. You keep saying eventually you're going to go to 168 one day, probably, possibly, and you talk about how you're a middleweight, you're the middleweight champ, you want to defend your belt, but you're not defending your belt. We know you've been dealing with some shit, you've been going through some shit and all this. It gets just to the point, well, if you're going through this shit, then stop fucking with people. Stop pulling people's beards and touching people and getting smacked in your fucking mouth. Stop doing shit if you're not ready to get the fuck back in it. We seen you with Ronnie Shields and Roy training. Get your ass, so get in the best shape you can. Get in there with Caleb Plant. Why not? Why would you not want to fight Canelo? Canelo's not coming to 160. And here's the thing. Canelo don't need you. He don't need your brother. He just smacked them around. He doesn't need Crawford. Crawford is still at a point. See, Crawford, because he beat Errol Spence the way he did, everybody's, oh shit, they're really like high strung on that. But Canelo doesn't need Crawford. If anything, Crawford needs Canelo. You understand? He needs Canelo. And he doesn't necessarily need Canelo. But between the two of them, Crawford needs Canelo far more than Canelo. Canelo doesn't need him. So even with what Crawford did, when it's all said and done, nobody's putting Crawford above Canelo. They're not going to put Crawford above Canelo. You hear them now even saying if he beats Benavidez, then no doubt he's the greatest Mexican boxer of all time. Nobody's calling Terrence Crawford the greatest fighter of all time. Black, Mexican, polka dot, pinstripe, nothing. They're not calling him the best of all time, nothing. They're just calling him the best of his era right now. He's not super popular. So like I said in a previous video, Charlo versus Crawford is more likely to happen than Charlo versus Canelo. But after Canelo, after this performance that Jermell just put on, the majority of people will be cheering for Crawford to beat his ass too. And this is an Errol Spence stablemate. So yeah, they would be cheering for Crawford to beat his ass and want to get some payback for the shit he did in there with Canelo. That's just the way the fanboys are. Now, me personally, let me say how I feel. I always rock with Anthony Joshua. I always rock with the Charlos, Errol Spence, and Terrence Crawford. Clarissa Shields, Baumgartner, Katie Taylor. I mean, it's just bottom line. That doesn't mean that I'm going to sit here and act like I don't see the bullshit when I see bullshit. That doesn't mean I got to sit here and be biased and overlook what you're doing. For you to sit here and get the chance of a lifetime and blow it, that's crazy. How the fuck dare you think that you can put your name in the same sentence as a Floyd Mayweather, a Manny Pacquiao, or Sugar Ray Leonard, or Marvin Hagler, or Roberto Duran, or Wilfredo Benitez? Because some guys fizz out before others. That's a fact. Everybody don't start to deteriorate at the same time. But you got guys that fought the best of the best. You understand? When Leonard lost to Duran that first fight, he fought the wrong tactic. That motherfucker couldn't wait for that rematch. Yeah, but they was the same weight class. No, not really. Because Duran actually came up from lightweight. Yeah. His power carried over like a motherfucker though, didn't it? Just saying. So for Jermell Charlo, listen, I want to see you win. I want to see your brother win. I want to see AJ win. I want to see Katie Taylor win. I want to see, Anthony Joshua win. I want to see Clarissa Shields win. You understand what I'm saying? It does nothing for me personally. I'm just saying I respect what I've seen y'all do. But you get to a point where now it's all about the money. When it's about money, y'all know it's not no fucking catchphrase or no slogan. But you know what starts to happen? Quality goes out, the more quantity comes in. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just what it comes down to. I'm not hungry anymore. I already got big paydays. And you don't want to get that same payday again? You don't want to get that again against Canelo? A rematch with Canelo will get you more money than a first fight with Crawford. And at this point right now, how many people you think believe in you? I've been seeing this shit all day. I'm like, damn, they are pissed at Jermell. And I'm like, nah, I gotta do another video about this shit, and then I want to be done with this shit. But I had to get this shit off my chest, man, because it's just like, man, this shit is hard as a content creator. See, these guys are full of drama, just make videos just to make them. I was just thinking, could it be? And then just start talking a bunch of bullshit. No, we dealing with what the fuck just happened and what's happening right now, the aftermath of it all. This man lost so many fucking fans behind his own performance, and pretty much, you did it to yourself, man. And I just watched the brother, and I'm just sitting here like, God damn, what the fuck happened? What happened to you, man? And listen, y'all the same age, so we can't pull no Canelo's old bullshit. And I will say this though, Canelo has 60 fights, 60 or something like that, or 62, something like 60 fights or more, right? There's more wear and tear on Canelo's body than Charlo. And you can see, even in his fight style. I told you guys this years ago. Look at Muhammad Ali. Look at Roy Jones. Look at Canelo. Okay? Even look at Floyd. Floyd kept his hands up a lot. And, he would do little different things. He still does, do shit to piss you off and make you overcommit the shots and counter your ass and all that. But what I'm saying, so I can't really put Floyd in that situation. I can in terms of now. Like now, during his exhibitions. But when fighters get older, look at Muhammad Ali. Dance with his hands down, hands waist level, throwing that jab from his hip, popping you, literally just moving his head out the way, your shots and shit, countering your ass, right? And Ali would come forward throwing punches. People don't realize how vicious that motherfucker was. Ali wasn't no bitch. Ali would fucking come at you with shots. But as they got older, all those guys start coming in with the high guard. Because why? Now my reflexes ain't what they was. So I can't slip them shots like I used to. Let me keep the high guard up, walk down, catch the shots on my arms, parry shots, counter with my own shit. The footwork is not the same, so I'm walking guys down. We seen Ali do it. And he spent a lot of times on the ropes and moving and, avoiding punches because his legs couldn't carry him around the ring like they used to. Roy Jones, all these guys. This is what I'm telling you. Watch these guys. You see, they go from having them cat-like reflexes to hands got to be up high now. That's what we just seen Canelo doing against Charlo. And here's a guy coming up 2 weight classes. You think that, and look, Canelo did the same thing. He kept his hands up. He kept the high guard the whole fight. He wasn't worried about Charlo's power. This is what you're doing now. Okay, you can't slip punches like you used to, Canelo. Your reflexes are still good, but you're better off with the high guard versus just getting caught with your hands, too low. You're not as fleet of foot as you used to be, Canelo. I want you to walk this man down. I want you to get in front of him and cut the ring off. I need you to stay in front of him. Move your head, of course. I don't want you on the center line, but I want you to punish him. Go to his body, beat his arms up. Keep your guard up high. Walk him down, go to the body. Eventually, you're going to break him down. That's what we saw. See, y'all don't understand something. Canelo is not the same fighter. So Jim Lampley, Roy Jones, all these people tell you, he just showed he's still the same fighter. He back. No, he's not the same fighter. What he's winning his fights with right now is experience. Okay? Let's look at Canelo versus Bivol. Compare Canelo versus Charlo. Look at how he fought against Bivol. Okay, this motherfucker's doing basic shit. I can't get past that jab. I can't get past that jab 1-2. The body shots are catching me, and he can crack. Okay, he also can take my punch. He spent the majority of the fight where? On the fucking ropes. And was getting walked down. Now, when he's physically the bigger, stronger guy, he's walking forward. He did the same thing against Kovalev. Kovalev took that fight on short notice. And basically, Kovalev was like not the same fighter. But basically, Canelo spent the majority of that fight, pretty much all of it, walking Kovalev down. And he's just walking in, patiently walking. He's not cutting the ring off, getting in quick, like, no, he's just walking in patiently. Keep getting it to the point where you go against the ropes, and that's when he started to work. So you look at the two, he was respecting Bivol's power. He didn't respect Charlo's power. He knew Bivol could hurt him. He wasn't really bothered by the shots that Charlo landed, and he wasn't throwing enough to make Canelo worry about anything. So when you compare the performance and you look at how each fight went, it's the type of thing where his experience and common sense showed him, though. Like as a saying, you box a fighter, you fight a boxer. But you do whatever you have to in that ring. Whatever you have to change up and switch up doing, you do. The Charlos are always at Canelo fights. You watched him fight John Ryder. So let's say after the surgery and all that, and okay, he's good. It was nothing that Canelo did that was so different. It was it was a masterful before. No. Kudos to Canelo. He won the fight, hands down. He did what he had to do. But Charlo gave him nothing to worry about. He put up no fight. It was an easy night. It was an easy fucking night. And to the point, these things I point out about his reflexes, his head movement, his ability to slip punches, counter, off the slip, throw punches with his hands from the waist, all that. Y'all must have forgot about that shit. Go back and look at him versus Triple G. Go back and look at him versus like you could, several fights. Just go back and look at it and you will see. And I'm talking at 168. Go back and look at those fights and you will see like, yeah, Canelo is not the same fighter. He never had great footwork, but he was quicker to move and more elusive. And he would give you these angles and move and slip, make you commit, and he'd bang your body up. Even from the center of the ring, and his power would make people get to the point they're backing up, and he just stay in front of them. And when they go to the ropes, like I say, he go to work. Canelo doesn't do that shit anymore. All the slipping and all, no. He just basically comes in now and he walks you down. Patiently, but walks you down. And when he finally catch up to you, Canelo reminds me of a fucking Komodo dragon. What you mean by that, Aries? A Komodo dragon is aware that it has toxins in it that, not like a human. He doesn't know, I have toxins. No. But when he bites you and you run, and that Komodo dragon, you ever seen him walk up on an animal, bite him, and oh shit, they take off and run? And what does that motherfucker do? Because you know what he knows? I'm going to keep walking. 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 And there go that dead carcass. I'm going to walk right into it. And they walk, they find it, and then they feast. That's what Canelo does. He catch you with them shots. Boom. Okay. Motherfucker, get me to the rib. That shit hurt. And keep coming in, chopping, keep coming in, and he catch up to you. So whether he knock you out or whether he just outpoints you and just batter you all over the ring, bottom line is that's what he does. And for you to come to a fight, and come on, bro, this is the biggest fight of your career. You ain't never see Floyd or Pacquiao show up to no fucking fight and not fight. Come on, man. You know, when fighters stay past their prime and they just washed up and they just need money, yeah, it's different for them because they're done. You still in the prime years of your life, man. At some point, you know, you're not going to be champion. You're not going to be able to do what you're doing. You know, and just after seeing that, man, it was just like, nah. This dude, like, he might be done already. He might be done already. I don't care if you was fighting Bevel, Terrence Crawford, you know, if you was fighting Demetrius Andre. I don't care who the fuck you was fighting. What you mean my energy would be different from Crawford? No, you keep that same winning energy, that same I'm here to whoop your ass. I'm not here, you know, like plain and simple. I'm not here to lay down for you. I'm not here to be in fanboy mode. I'm here to kick your ass for as long as this fight lasts. So when you're talking about his IQ and all, did you see any what ring IQ did you see from Jermell Charlo in that fight? What did you see? He looked like a fucking novice in there. I'm gonna end this video and talk to me in the comment section, y'all. What y'all think is next for him? And do y'all think that Jermell Charlo should grow a set and go in there and actually fight Caleb Plant? If he beats him, get at Canelo next. They got to get all this personal shit out the way. Get their life back on track. And this is why Jermell Charlo left and went out to be with Roy and Ronnie Shields and training and doing other getaways. He said he had to get away from his brother and other situations that was going on. So, what do y'all think is going to happen? Do y'all think that this is the end for Jermell Charlo? Do y'all think he should fight the rematch? I know I do. But then again, he's scared. So he shouldn't. But his expectations of big paydays is like unrealistic. You got to win to get those paydays. Nobody's paying you that much money to go in there and lay down. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.